It's Sonic's 20th birthday, and Sega plans to celebrate by the release of Sonic Generations. A cross between old and new, Sonic Generation looks to combine the classic 2D Sonic with his 3D counterpart in a reimagined Sonic world. Is this the Sonic game gamers have been waiting for, or does the infamous Sonic cycle strike again?
I can't believe there's two of me!
Sonic Generations takes a unique approach to the Sonic universe. While current generation Sonic is throwing a surprise birthday party, an evil demon swoops in to somehow damage the world's timeline. The demon then captures all of Sonic's friends and takes them to an alternate world. Sonic travels to the alternate universe to find all his friends, but he finds them in some frozen weird trance. And the only way to save them is to restore life and color to the now blank world. Sonic soon learns that his younger self is in the alternate universe, and the two decide to team up to take down the evil force. Generation's story is obviously a little weird, but it does get the job done. Sonic has never really been played because of the story, and as long as Sonic isn't falling in love with some human girl, I think it's a step up. The game does do a fantastic job of making fun of itself, and can even make you laugh a few times.
Where does somebody put all those gold rings? You know what? I don't know. I keep forgetting to ask.
Seeing old school characters and new school characters interact with each other is cool if you've been playing the franchise since the Genesis days, and just seeing how different the characters have become is really cool. By the time the credits roll, you'll be satisfied with the wacky story, but don't expect anything too elaborate.
You saved me, Sonic. I was afraid I'd never be able to flirt with you again.
When playing Sonic Generations, you'll be playing as both 2D Sonic and 3D Sonic. Generations takes levels from 9 different Sonic games and remakes them into a modern version. The whole concept behind Generations is playing classic levels like Green Hill Zone in 3D, and playing newer levels like City Escape in 2D. You could almost call it a remastered edition of Sonic with a new twist. Every act has 2 levels, one being played as 2D Sonic and the other by 3D Sonic. 2D Sonic plays a lot like classic Sonic games on the Sega Genesis, while the 3D version plays similar to Sonic Unleashed and Sonic Adventure, giving you the power to home in on your enemies and boost your way through levels. Luckily, they both play extremely well. 2D Sonic truly feels like you were playing the old school levels the way they were meant to be played, and the newer remade levels in 2D are a lot of fun. 3D Sonic plays a lot like Sonic Unleashed, and for the most part is all about speed. When playing as 3D Sonic, you have access to a boost meter that can be refilled by killing enemies or collecting rings. Keeping your boost meter up and boosting your way through the level is an insane amount of fun. And you'll find yourself replaying levels just to obtain that perfect playthrough. The issue with 3D Sonic is that if you suddenly get stopped by a wall, the controls do get a little clunky. Moving around becomes a little difficult when you're not running full speed. The second half of the game also isn't too kind to 3D Sonic. A few levels will swing the camera back to 2D, and you'll play through some of the same parts that feel identical to their 2D Sonic counterpart. Boss fights are unfortunately a huge letdown, and it's a shame because the game sets them up like they're going to be something truly epic. The fights break down to something that's just a few minutes long and extremely easy. Challenges will keep the replay value high and offer other things to do than just the main levels. Some challenges include speed trials, ring collecting, and doppelganger races. Completing a challenge rewards you with collectibles like songs from past Sonic games like Sonic CD or concept artwork. Playing through Sonic Generations will take you about 7 hours if you stick to the main story, but you can easily bump that up to 12 to 14 hours if you collect everything and do all the challenges. Sonic Generations is by far one of the best playing Sonic games in recent memories. It's just a shame that they couldn't get the boss battles right, and if 3D Sonic played in 3D all the time, this game could have been a home run. But I guarantee you will have a great time playing through Sonic Generations if you've been a Sonic fan for many, many years.
Now, Sonic, boost and charge into him to attack!
Sonic Generations is a good-looking game. It doesn't exactly push the polygon count, but it doesn't really need to. Levels are bright and colorful, and the 3D remakes of the 2D levels look fantastic. Cutscenes are a little pixelated due to poor rendering, but it's nothing that's unforgivable. Voice work is also a little rough, but once again, you don't play Sonic for the amazing voice work. It's actually kind of funny when you listen to it.
Help! Not that I needed it, but it's good to have my sanctuary back.
The soundtrack for Generations is nothing short of amazing. Every level's theme has a new remix melody that stays true to the classic songs. 3D Sonic even has a really cool effect when you hit the boost button that adds to the experience of speed. After you're done playing Sonic Generations, you'll find yourself singing City Escape all the time, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Does Sonic Generations beat the dreaded Sonic cycle? Well, almost. Sonic Generations is a good game, but it just falls short of being a great game. While it does do so many things finally right, the flaws are pretty big. But if you've been waiting for a good Sonic game for years, then this is the game for you. For the love of gaming, give Sonic Generations an 8 out of 10. Subscribe to our page for other reviews as well as previews, and you can also subscribe to our podcast at forlogpc.com.